Do you see this? I don't know if it is clear. Right here. See that? It's a V controller. For those who remember when Nintendo came out with this was a hit game controller, and I loved it. I played with my kids, and it was awesome. Now, why I'm showing you V? This particular product, when Nintendo, if you remember, they used to have a unit called GameCube. And what happened is GameCube was not performing well, and they had to come up with an alternative. So this is exactly linking to our previous discussion that we had for I in our BRINK methodology. I for identify options, and that's what Nintendo did. They saw that there is a problem with GameCube, the adoption of the GameCube, and market was not as that expected. So they had to come up with some other options, and that's when they designed this totally different unit that was like more applicable to not only just gamers but the whole household. So that was a revolutionary product that it came up with. And that's why I'm saying that our BRINK, the BRINK methodology that we are talking about. And by the way, my name is RJ. In case you haven't met, nice to meet you. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I'll put a link in here. I had a $4.5 million business that I could not handle well earlier, and now I had to come up with some identifying options. How do I handle that? That's exactly where I am, and I have done it. So that's why this channel is called Bring to Breakthrough. So welcome. Now, going back to our methodology, so I came up with BRI, and for those who want to watch previous videos, there is a link. But today we are going to talk about N, which is for new or navigate new item, navigate forward basically, right? So what are we going to do here? Just like Nintendo did, we need to come up with a solution, with an option that will help us go in the next step, go in the right direction. What happens is when you are under pressure, when you are having either financial, either relationship, either health issues, all those type of things that basically holds us up, and we cannot we cannot think through that situation, and we either are having too much anxiety, it's going to be a problem, depression, you name it. Basically it just stops our brain to think and find options. But when we take a breathe, that is for B, and we understand the reality, analyze the situation, what is currently, what are the options, what is the situation, and then we identify, okay, in that circumstances that we are, what are my options? Now, once we identify the options, now what can I do? What is the next step? What is the new step that in that direction I can still go? It's not every time all the doors are closed, right? That's what I experienced. In fact, I was having that kind of thought that this is it, I'm done. But then I had to step back, understand the situation as I said, and I came up with an option that I can pursue. I can. So now what I'm trying to do is that with that and we have to come up with what are my options, what are the new things, and there we are going to now move forward. We don't want to be perfect, it's just one step in that direction we have to take. So I have started, just so that you know, by and again, from my background, I am in IT. So I had a long time I thought to create a SaaS product, which is now with this AI technology, it is even much easier to develop something. So I am using AI technology to create certain data points based on some data, because I know I am in IT. I'm very close to data and all. But I'll tell you, that new product that has given me some possibility that I can make a business out of that, or at least I can definitely focus on something to create something useful, and that is giving me energy, that is giving me direction. And that's what I wanted to talk about you, that you need to turn that uncertainty, because I have been there, I have seen that uncertainty, it just thinks that everything is blackout, there is no option, there is no way out. But there is always something possible, and that I learned by learning hard way. And I want to convey that you don't have to think that, that is the only option, because I did come across a situation where it is not. So if you would like to connect with me, feel free to reach out. I am also putting, I'm also putting the link for the calendar, and you can just set up a call, because I think the best thing to move forward in, especially if you are going through this situation, or you are planning to create something new, a new venture, a new initiative, then also I think by talking to somebody, that's what I felt and I experienced, that once you do it, it clears your mind, and sometimes you answer your own question. That was also I have seen, like when we are going through some problems in, and I have seen it in IT world, or even in general, because I'm managing a large team of developers and other people. I talk to senior management, we just start talking, and while talking, either me or the other part, they say, oh, you know what, maybe there is an option like this, and lo and behold, that was just so, because your mind starts processing, right? That is the reason behind it. It's nothing magic. So my point is, reach out to me, talk to me, let's discuss. And by the way, I always tell, this is not going to be a sales call. I'm not selling anything during that call. I do have some coaching opportunities, but because of the limited time and all, I do it very very selectively. So that is not the ultimate aspect for that. But I basically, don't feel that you are alone and there is no other way out. All right, my friend, thank you so much for joining, and we'll meet again next time. Thanks.